Hi, I'm Adam Gilad from the Smart Daters Academy and the Happy Couple Academy, where we take dating and relationship skills as seriously and with as much care and professionalism as you might do your actual career. Because if your home life isn't happy, if your social life isn't happy, if your personal and sexual life isn't happy, I don't care how well you're doing at work, you're not going to be happy. So let's take that same perspicacity that we bring to our professionalism, to our professions, and bring it into our personal lives. Now, this is one of my favorite topics for men. I call it the boldness code, and it solves a real problem. On the one side, you have, pickup guys and guys who want to try to manipulate women into relationship. And on the other side, you have guys who try to nice women into relationship, what we commonly call the nice guy trap, right? The friend zone, the asexual man who tries to please a woman into attraction. It doesn't really happen. And I just want to say, by the way, I know we have a picture of my friend Neil Strauss up here. He wrote the book, The Game. He does say it's a descriptive rather than prescriptive book. He's describing that world of pickup artists. But of course, there's something very attractive about having that magic ability to make any woman attracted to you. I want to say about pickup and that kind of manipulation stuff, it really works, especially with young, drunk bar girls. But if you want a woman who has high self-esteem, she's generally not going to fall for that stuff. And if she's over 30, she almost definitely, unless she's really drunk or really desperate, will probably not fall for that stuff. So what's in between? What's the bridge between manipulative on one hand and just too nice and asexual on the other hand? I call it boldness. Women don't seem to be sexually attracted to men who try to nice them and bribe them into affection. When a man tries to be too nice, right, he's actually bribing her, and that's weak. It doesn't come off as strength. And the popular mistake is, because that stuff clearly doesn't work, that you think you have to be the bad boy, right? So the popular notion is you're either a nice guy or a bad boy. I think that's a false dichotomy. In fact, good women, high-quality women, high self-esteem women, women who are going to make your life better want good men, quality men, but also with bad boy or bold edge. So you have some kind of edge, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. What does bold edge actually mean? Now, the first definition of bold edge I take from a fantastic book. I actually recommend everyone reads this. It's called 59 Seconds by Dr. Richard Wiseman. He's a professor in England. It's a very funny book, but it's also all based on university studies on how people behave and how you can alter your state or someone else's state in under a minute. And his research, or the research he brings, shows that what he calls the bravery effect is the #1 attractive quality that women find when they first encounter men. Do they sense that you're brave? Now, what does that mean? It means you give no fucks about danger, right? You're going to make your move, whether it's socially or physically, in a way that you don't give a fuck about danger. Now, I also call boldness, a second kind of definition of this, is a direct, unapologetic demonstration of your will. Right? A direct, unapologetic demonstration of your will. You're not clawing, you're not manipulating, you're not wheedling. You come at the world directly, right? When asserted with 5 specific qualities. The first is potency. So I'm delivering my will from a sense of strength, not trying to win somebody over. Second is protectiveness. Women need to feel they're safe with you. So unapologetic demonstration of your will doesn't mean you grab her ass without asking. It doesn't mean you're a jerk. It just means that you're stating your will, but you're still protective. You've got to be protective around women. It's attractive and it's legal, and it's also the right thing to do. The third quality is authenticity. So a direct, unapologetic demonstration of your will, of your authentic self. We can usually tell when someone's putting on a show and when they're being authentic. Fourth is it's a demonstration of your freedom. Now, what does that mean? It means you give no fucks. Are you seeing a theme here, right? You're free to state what you want. You're making a statement of your will, and you don't give a fuck about how other people respond because this is authentic. Again, not being a jerk necessarily, although that has its attraction. As we mentioned, bad boy qualities have their attraction, but we're taking the bad boy or bold quality in the context of being a good man. And finally, being able to state your truth is a very attractive thing. Let me give you a simple expression of this, of unapologetic demonstration of your will. I came up with this years ago when I began coaching men over a decade ago. Rather than asking for a date, you state the date. So rather than saying, hey, do you want to kind of like maybe go out sometime or hang out, like if you're in your 20s, like you want to hang out, right? And women complain about this all the time, I have to tell you. What you want to do is say, I really like you. There's a great jazz club. I want to take you to this next Friday night. I'll pick you up at 7 if you're free. You state it. You don't ask it. That's often very attractive to women. As always, there will always be exceptions, but often, certainly 90% I would say, it's very attractive to a woman if you have her good in mind and you have something planned and you state the date rather than merely ask for it. Another bold quality that women find attractive is that you have a high purpose or ideal. Maybe you go off to the jungles to build houses with Habitat for Humanity. Maybe you're a volunteer fire guy, right? A firefighter. In some way, you have some high purpose or ideal that's not just about self-glorification. That's attractive to a woman. And again, regarding obstacles in the world, if you have a high sense of purpose or high ideal, that's going to be attractive. About obstacles, you don't give a fuck because you have a high purpose or high ideal. See the theme. Another thing that's attractive, that's bold, is art. Why are women so attractive to artists like Picasso or singers, right? Rock stars, singers, or anyone who follows their art or their self-expression? It's about self-expression. You're boldly making your self-expression felt in the world. And again, you give no fucks. I'm going to live my unique life. I'm going to give my unique voice to this world because I believe in myself. Now, hopefully you have something to say. Better even if you have some talent. But there's an attraction to someone who is so connected to getting their expression into the world that it's naturally attractive to women. Now, the problem women face is that when they get a guy who simply just gives no fucks, they get a guy who gives no fucks. And the point is, in relationship, you've got to give a fuck to get a fuck, so to speak. But you want to actually care about somebody. So this is a quality, not the defining feature of who you are, that you don't, quote unquote, give a fuck. Now, there's a great book, my friend Lori Gottlieb wrote, Marry Him, The Case for Mr. Good Enough. And this is really interesting. She was a high-powered D-girl, we call in Hollywood, a development girl, someone who is attractive and smart and helps producers. And she and her friends were the smart, hot girls who were just turning down guys left and right. And she said they would turn them down because their socks didn't match or they had a patch on their sleeve, or my favorite one, they used the term fabuloso, which I just think is hilarious. But they would turn down these guys left and right, or they were a little balding, or they were short, or a little heavy. What she discovered is that by the time the women reached their late 30s and 40s, all those guys were married. They were great husbands and great dads and good providers. And the guys who were left, they weren't those guys, right? So women want a guy who gives fucks about a relationship, who's actually caring, but has a quality of boldness. That's why I want to be clear, because I really want to eliminate this mythology of women want bad boys, right? Some women want bad boys. They pay for it, right? But they want a good man with a little bad boy or a little bold quality.